All right, so I'm going to use this video to kind of round things out and to talk about the remainder theorem, which we kind of already talked about, but the remainder is important because this remainder theorem allows us to evaluate polynomials in a little bit easier way than order of operations. So what the remainder theorem says is if we take a polynomial and divide it by a linear factor like x minus a number, then the remainder is actually whatever we plugged in to our synthetic division. So if I had x minus 3, it's like plugging in 3. So the remainder tells us that synthetic division can be used to evaluate polynomial functions. So I'm going to show you what I mean by that in these examples. And then the guided practice hopefully kind of rounds things out. So this video is going to be one explanation, and you guys kind of working through some long division and synthetic division. So when we're evaluating, this is the important part. We are substituting in that exact number. We are not changing the sign. When we are dividing, yes, we change the sign. If this were x minus 4, we'd use 4. If this were x plus 4, we'd use negative 4. But since we're evaluating, we're literally using that number. And we set up synthetic division exactly the same way. 5, negative 1, 13, and 29. And then drop down the 5, negative 20, negative 21, negative 4 times 21 is 84, negative times a negative. This becomes 97. So this becomes negative 388. And our remainder is negative 359. Okay? So when we're evaluating, and the evaluate is the really important key word here. All right? We're not dividing in this case, we're evaluating. The only number I'm concerned with is negative 359. So the way I would show this, I would say function f with input negative 4 gives me output negative 359. Now what this saves us from doing is it saves us from plugging in negative 4 and doing order of operations. So this works for polynomial functions. We have a number to substitute, to evaluate. So remember, if I tell you to divide using synthetic division, it means divide, use the opposite sign. If I ask you to evaluate, same sign, but the steps are exactly the same. And we take the last number to evaluate. The remainder is our output. So I included 6 guided practice, which is usually a little bit more than I usually do, but I really wanted to show. In number 1, you can use synthetic division for this one. Okay, you can use synthetic division for number 1. I'm going to have you use synthetic division whenever you can. Okay, number 2, you have to use long division. And you're going to hate me for it, but I want you to practice it. Again, when I give you the quiz, I'm going to emphasize synthetic division more, but I'm still going to give you a long division problem just to make sure that you know the steps. So good chance for you guys to pause the video, get some extra practice on this so that you can prepare yourself for the checkpoint, because that's what's up next.